Our next guest is set to take fashion by storm. Okpa McCoy Agada is a creative director of the McStell brand. In the next report, he shares why fashion designers need to take the art seriously.
Okpa McCoy Agada is the creative director of the McStell, a haute couture fashion outfit specializing in bridal wears, native and corporate wears for women.
Fashion has always been a part of me growing up. I was my mom's stylist at a very tender age. I make illustrations for her tailors to sew, my sisters, everybody, you know. So it started like that. I noticed I could draw very well. So I was always making illustrations, fashion illustrations, even before I went into art. I went to study finance and design from the University of Port Harcourt. And after study, I just thought it was time to start fashion proper.
Although his academic and professional qualification makes him a sought-after fashion enthusiast, his journey started way before he was sure fashion was his passion.
Growing up, I discovered I loved watching fashion shows a lot. Then I noticed most of the drawings I make then. Right now, I can tell they are fashion illustrations. At the time, I didn't know. I was just sketching, you know how children sketch. So I wanted to fine-tune it a bit to give it some good standard. That was why I went into study arts, fine arts and design from the University of Port Harcourt, where I graduated tops in my class, yes.
To add to his passion, Agada took a step further to acquire professional skills in fashion designing. He feels the professional touch is important, as fashion is more than just tailoring.
After that, I knew that wasn't enough. It wasn't, in the school, it wasn't fashion, it was arts in general. So I wanted to now streamline it to fashion itself. So I knew that wasn't enough. I had to go to a fashion school. Then I went to Zari's Fashion and Style Academy to study fashion. You know, after that, I thought it was time to start. Fashion is a serious business, just like every other profession. It's a shame people go to study medicine to become doctors, and they feel to be a designer, you just have to just wake up, dust your butt, and be a designer. No. There are a lot of things you need to know, basic knowledge, and you can't get that by just establishing. You have to go through the process, and the process is going to a proper school, a proper fashion school. There you are, it's people, when people talk about designing, what comes to mind is tailoring. It's just an aspect of designing. In fashion school, they break it down for you. You have pattern drafting, you have fashion illustration, you actually have tailoring, you have styling, you have photography. It's a lot. And all of this you get to know in a proper fashion school. Ordinarily, you wouldn't have such knowledge.
Fashion is not just for a particular gender, but for some reason beyond his knowledge, the women kept coming to be clothed by the young designer.
Right now, I designed for women, but I said I was going to diversify into men. First of all, what even inspired me to want to design is because I was never satisfied with what people make for me as a guy. So finishing fashion school, the women kept coming, you know, and I discovered I kept making for women, the guys weren't forthcoming, so it just made me a female designer for now, a designer for female rather. So yeah, we'll go into guys. What inspires my designs for women? As a guy, I think we see women differently. We appreciate their curves, their beauty. So when the idea comes into my head, I already see how the dress fits, you know, and I already know what fabric to go for.
The demand for Ankara-made designs is high within Nigeria, and even in Hollywood, celebrities want a share of this trend. However, the native fabric is one Agada recently started exploring.
I don't have a particular fabric I'm crazy about. I love fabrics. The fabric I use depends on the design, because it's not every design that you can use some kind of fabrics for. But if I can pick, I think I love cord lace a lot. I love damask. I love chiffon. I love fabrics that have I love texture, be it soft, rough, you know. I love that, embossed. Yeah. But now I'm a diver ambassador, so I have to. Initially, I wasn't into the whole Ankara thing. I remember the first lady I was designing for brought Ankara, and I didn't know what to do with it, you know. But ever since I became a diver ambassador, I have made so much with Ankara, and I'm so loving it. You know, I'm so loving it. It turns out really well. My big goal is to conquer the industry, first of all in Nigeria, then we will talk about conquering abroad. But for now, it's getting people to appreciate my brand, and I want every home to have a piece from me. I know what that means, you know, so I'm talking mass production, where you have my ready-to-wear pieces in everybody's wardrobe. Then I'll start exporting, yeah.
With a support team like the Fashion Designers Association of Nigeria, Agada has found it easy carving his niche in the fashion industry.